Hey everyone, Steve Irola from World of Mindslap. Today we are talking about logo power and how important your company's mark plays on your brand and identity. Your company's logo and its perception on your clients directly influences their perceived value of your company itself. So let's take a look at some of the things that make up a great logo and why it's so important that you have the right design. Overall, the design of your logo should be representative of something in your actual industry, something that you're doing. And this can be very blatant and stark, or it can be a little bit more ingrained and not quite as visible and psychologically get to them. But, as an example, you don't have to literally do it. So American Airlines doesn't have like a plane as part of their logo. McDonald's doesn't have food in their logo. Ferrari's logo is not a car. So it doesn't have to be a literal representation in your logo, but of all the logos that I mentioned, there is something in the logos, and they were designed in a certain way to speak to the audience in which the companies are trying to target. Next, the logo needs to represent your company's brand. So the image or mark needs to fit within the industry, but now you've got to really make sure that it's representing your company's brand. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the emotion that the logo is conveying needs to be that has been identified by your company. So if your company is kind of joyful or fun, then your logo should represent that. If your company's a little bit more formal and stylish, then your logo should represent that. But it should, at a glance, represent who your company is along with the industry that you're in. Your logo should be visually appealing. It should have like an engaging design. It should be simple to look at, and it should really just make your company look professional. A very badly designed logo, even if it's for like a loose and fun company, will be perceived as exactly that. It will be perceived as not professional by whoever it is. So make sure that you are designing a logo that looks professional, so when you're presenting and representing your brand, it looks like a professional company. Your logo should evoke an emotional response with your audience. So whether this is through like the visual design of how it's represented, so you might use harder lines if you're kind of trying to show a very contemporary or analytical type company, or if it's something that's a little bit more natural, maybe you're using flowing lines. Color can be a big role or play a big role in the logo itself. So for instance, look at like John Deere tractor, they use the color green. Now while they're not necessarily having to do with environmentally friendly and stuff like that, they create equipment and products that have to do with the earth and they're related, so green makes sense for them. There's also has a deer in the logo, which makes sense as well to push the whole John Deere. See what they did there? Versatility. This is another big one that you want to take into consideration. How is your logo going to look at different sizes? If you have fonts in your logo, how do they look when they're on the size of a business card, or how does it look when it's on the size of a billboard? If it's in full color, when it's in black and white, when the colors are inversed on it, because that'll sometimes happen depending on your marketing materials or where you're putting it in advertisements. So these are all considerations that you need to take into place when developing your logo. So that's it. I hope that this episode of World of Mindslap, Logo Power, helps give you a little bit of insight of things to consider while building your logo. And feel free to check out some of the logos that are out there for popular companies and see how they evolved over time. There's a lot of thought process that goes behind the development creation of these logos. So if you enjoyed this video and you thought it helped, if you could please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Share it with anybody that you think could benefit from this information as well. Once you're subscribed, you'll get future episodes of the World of Mindslap. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.